Good. Good afternoon. How we doing? Welcome back in, Swippy. Enjoy your work, dude. You still got work for a couple of hours, I'm guessing. And Adski, good to see you, dude. What time do you got work on tonight? But how we doing? We're back. It's Alan Wake 2 release date. So as I said on Twitter, naturally we're just going to keep playing Alan Wake 1 because I really want to finish it. I don't think it matters from what I've heard and seen. You don't need to have like an understanding of the first one or anything else. But if we finish this today, we will watch like a catch-up video of all Remedy games leading up to this. Just because. How you doing? How you doing, Atsuki? You got work tonight, you said? Yeah, so today we're going to try and smash out a gig tonight. So we're just going to smash out as much of Alan Wake as we can. 5 till 10. Hey, and you said you're working tomorrow night too. Shifts. It's amazing. Time to blow it all on cards. Yeah, so we'll smash this out for a couple of hours. Hopefully get it done before I've got to leave. I gotta remember I gotta finish before 6. Because I gotta leave at 6. So if I put in probably only 2, you'll get all fortnight. Are you doing the same shift tomorrow night, 5 till 10? So let me just put the address in. $5:30 till 9. Oh, so not as long. Alright. At the moment, arrive by 7. So what time do I need to leave by? I leave at 5. This doesn't take me an hour and 10 minutes. But I'll leave at 6. So I got to make sure I'm done by just before 6 so I can get out and going by 6. Yeah, man. I think, are you looking around for other shit? Also, did that Quark mouse pads get back to you about any of the game maps? I've been chatting to the guys in Discord and I had to fill out a form yesterday, putting in like my address and like so yeah, I had to put in my chosen TCG, like my address and all that sort of shit. So hopefully that sort of shit comes in. Apparently I had 60 people reach out and they extended it. Okay. Yeah, so I had filled out the next form. So hopefully they've I'll get that. I had to choose which one I preferred. I had to choose which design I preferred, what game I was playing, what TCG I was playing. Yeah, that probably doesn't help either. But yeah, I don't know who else is in. I don't even know if I'm getting it yet or not. But I had to fill it out at the start, so that's the beginning. But yeah, I think it definitely helps when like I've got this set up. I don't have the camera at the moment because my brother's shooting a wedding tomorrow. But yeah, I got the camera, so I can do shots from the top. I can do card openings on it. I've got the light system, so I'll get some photos on here. Like I'll tidy up my bench and get some really nice photos. Then I'll take it to locals and get some good photos. So, just having that, like that actual, like that access, I think was a bit more, is pretty appealing. Because when I emailed him, I go, I pretty much told them I do card openings on stream. So I've got that set up. I've got good lighting. I've got a good setup here for like photos looking nice, like monitors in the background and everything. And I play locals pretty much weekly, and I participate in tournaments and shit. So I think that definitely appealed to them, having like me telling them that I was doing that much stuff. So they're like asked if I can get photos at like during games. So I'll take it on a if I do get it, I'll take it on a Tuesday. I'll rock up early and I'll set up with like Placey or one of the other boys, set up a couple of Digimon games and just get some photos on it and stuff. So I don't want to fuck around too long because I really want to finish this game. I really want to get this done today. I don't know how long's left. We got to head down there. And I've got to head down their crash site, and then I feel like I'm pretty sure if I click on this, we nearly finished this chapter anyway. So we should be able to finish this within like half an hour, and then we should be able to jump on to the last one. And I'm picking up Serum. So we're doing a trade at the moment. So Placey gave sold Serum his old GPU, which I think was a water cooled 1080 Ti, and Serum has like a 1080 or 1070. So Serum's getting the 1080 Ti, he's already got, which said it's improved the quality already. And then I'm getting Serum's 1080 and putting it in my streaming PC. I reckon that it's going to change so much between what I've got now and that, because at the moment, I've got a 970 in there, and it doesn't have the dedicated encoder in it. Where from the 10 series, they've all got the dedicated encoder, which means my streaming PC is not going to lag. Is not going to lag at all. Hopefully, which means because I have to open up my stream PC, then I have to open up what's it called? Task Manager, go in there and set priority to OBS to high, just so it doesn't lag when I change between stuff. So I'm hoping that with the 1070, 1080, I think it's a 1080. It doesn't matter. Any of the 10 series, I'm pretty sure, has the encoders, and that's all it's going to do. So it's going to take the encoder power down, and it'll make everything else run. So theoretically, everything should run smoother on the thing. I may have a 2070 Superfuse sometime next year. Man, sometime next year, I should have the current PC that I'm playing on now will literally just become my stream PC, and I'll probably have 2 monitors set up. I think what my plan will be, I'm going to have a 4070 or a 50 series in my gaming PC, and I will have these 3 monitors hooked up to it. And then I'll have this current PC on the other side as my streaming PC, and I'll have my 4th monitor here, and I'll have a 5th monitor here, which will be angled down. And if I do that, then I need to change the camera position, but I can definitely work that out. Or I think I want a second landscape monitor, but yeah, I'll work it out. So maybe if I have the camera, I don't know. I don't know yet, but I'll work it out. So because I need the camera, especially tournaments and like even card openings and everything. I need the camera for that. And then I do want a 5th monitor. Like, I think it'll just be nice, like, so having OBS running here, and then just have music, and then like I can have streams up above me if I want, and I can have that running off this one, and then I can have Discord, and because like everything's sort of spread out. Like at the moment I got Moogs' stream open, and I've got Discord over here as well. So I'd love to have just Discord open on here. Have my OBS, my music, and my streams open on the top monitor. Obviously, games on my main monitor. and then just literally I've got this monitor here just dedicated for chat. So at the moment, like things, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 things open at the moment, but music and streams could go on one. And I think that would be ideal. And then also, like, I can have things set up on this monitor up here. Then I can have them set up there, and then I can capture them on OBS on this side. So at the moment, everything you see is through my main monitor, my main PC. But I would love to have it so I had everything on my side monitor set up here as well, so that I can just capture shit straight off of it. I got a lot of things that I would love to do. So I'd love to, have that angled down would be nice. And then as well, if I'm watching sport or something, like while I'm streaming, I can have that up there, and then I can have OBS open. So I want all this set up so it's all nicely, music all running better, and a new microphone. Reminds me, I need to pull this a little closer. Which I think the new microphone will be like the next thing I buy, because that'll be an easy upgrade. And then I want to do the back here, so I've got all my systems set up. I got heaps of plans. It's just so much work, and there's a lot of money to set it all up. New mic, oh, my sexy voice. This isn't a new mic yet. This is my microphone for a while. And hello, Beast. How you doing, buddy? No, this has been my microphone I've had for the last couple of years. Look, I feel like I got the sound on this actually sounding pretty good. A lot of help from yourself, and a lot of changing and listening back and doing all that. So I think this microphone's sounding pretty good, but I would love to get like an actual DLR XLR. Fucking, I'm thinking DSLR camera and XLR, and then putting them together. An XLR microphone into my mixer. But we'll get around to it. So I think the first thing I've been saving, which I have in mind, I'm not sure yet. I haven't looked into it. I'm going to get my finances up a little bit. I'll stop buying as much shit. I'm going to get my finances in place. I've already got, from when I started saving for my PC, may not seem like much, but we've had a lot going on. I've already got myself up to like half a grand towards a new PC. So we're about 1/8 of the way. I want to get about 4 grand for a PC and new monitor. Which honestly, I'll probably end up getting a new. But yeah, I don't know what and then that's just PC savings, and then I've got a couple of hundred sitting there for stream upgrades. So, yeah, I'll get there. So I'm trying to save for myself, as well as like doing packs and like holidays and stuff, and then save for a new PC and save for some extra just like Twitch stuff. But I got my payment from the sponsor stream we did a couple of weeks ago. Or the new Steel series, like headphones or just microphone? All right, let's fucking get into this. What BC, if you've got thoughts, it's a standalone mic. Nice. Yeah, that's what I need. Like, I've got the 2 microphones. I got 2 microphones set up now. Like I got a little Razer up here that I use for Discord. So this is for Discord calls. And then I've got this one here that you can see set up for the stream, just because I've got running the dual PC. But to be honest, if I end up getting the new microphone, I'll be able to use that for Discord anyway. But the only thing is though, like I've got to turn on my mixer to have the Discord one going. But for some reason, my if I've got my mixer plugged into my computer, when I turn my computer on, it doesn't actually like it just cycles, it doesn't turn on my PC. It's really weird. Oh, they got a few.
Screamed until she had no voice left to scream. Around her, the darkness was alive. It was cold and wet and malevolent.
I need to write out a list.
She was
That's how I'll do this.
trapped in the dark place. The terror would have burned her mind out, but one thing made her hang on. She could sense Alan in the dark. She could hear him. She could see the words he was writing as flickering shadows. He sensed her too. He was trying to work his way to her.
You'd think that, Adsky, but the thing is, it's not plugged into, like, it's plugged into my PC, but the power's not coming from my PC. And also the mixer's off. So if I've got the mixer off but plugged in, it's still just, there's something about it just keeps cycling my PC. I don't get it. But yeah, I need to go through and write a list and a plan for my room. Start working on it.
The dark presence. I had written a horror story, but the end was still missing. The story was incomplete, and the last unfinished page of the manuscript still sat
No worries, enjoy your luck.
in the cabin study. If I could get back there, if I could read the page, then I could write my own ending to this story and save Alice. Sarah was almost starting to relax. Maybe they could turn this into a win yet. Suddenly, there was a piercing sound, like a table saw gone wild, as 100 birds made out of shadows swarmed into the rotor. The chopper bucked wildly and the board lit up, telling her what she already knew. They were going down. Barry Wheeler screamed next to her.
Alright, I think that's all of them. Yeah, so we got 4 more in this section.
Making her way through the water pipe alone, Cynthia was...
Hey Beast, are you gonna get Alan Wake 2 on your PC, or are you just gonna hold off for a bit? We're gonna get attacked by birds. Nailed it. Not till your GPU comes back. What happened to the GPU? It's enough to get water cooler block. To get a water cooler block and customized. What are you customizing it with?
The crash site looked bad, but as far as I could tell, the wreck was empty.
Oh, maybe they're crispy. You 100% would have played this back in the day, right? Seems right up your alley.
Sundance Kid.
I have a different ending in mind.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Having the plastics painted green and having it set up for custom tubes. Decided to go full water cool setup.
For asking.
I knew you'd be all right.
Have you played it like recently?
The flaming eye.
Because honestly, like, I don't think it's aged that well.
Didn't we have somewhere to go?
But then I've just heard
Meet us at the dam.
that Alan Wake 2's getting late. It's got like an 89 on Metacritic so far. That's fucking massive. But yeah, not gonna lie, it's felt pretty average. And I'm not the only one that's felt like that. I put up a thing the other day and people are like, I agree. But honestly, just really excited to see the end. But yeah, look, guys, if you've got any recommendations for microphones, XLR microphones, I could probably get one. I'll get that, and maybe I'll get it for Christmas.
You know your helicopter crash landed in Night Springs.
Last time I played was on a year or two ago. Yeah, that's fairly recently.
Please.
You see those lights? That's the elevator we need to take.
Did you see that? What the hell is that thing? It's everywhere. Oh crap! There's more than one of them.
Nothing moves like that. It's impossible.
Ah! Al, do something.
He's too fast. I can't get a shot.
There. No, there. Al, they're all over the place.
How many of them are there? Where are they?
Ah, this can't be happening.
This is really bad.
Was that it? Are we safe?
That was wow. I think we're okay.
Easy boys.
Hey.
Heard the
Al, I got
Elgato
a
Wave
bad
3 is a good
feeling.
one.
Let's keep on.
I don't think I'd go. I'd probably go.
Oh man.
Just the gameplay got kind of annoying type spark.
Dangerous
Yes,
out
man. The gameplay
Wait,
does not.
call the elevator.
The
I need
gameplay
to
does
walk.
not feel good at all. I'm only pushing through because the story is really good. Yeah, I've heard the Elgato Wave isn't bad, but I'll probably end up sticking to like a Rode or a Shure or something like that. I'll probably do like a I'll do a post on Twitter.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, that was the wrong weapon.
They're coming. We have to hold them off. Right there. Right there. Oh no. Oh no.
I swear this is the slowest elevator in the world.
It's almost here, Wake. Just hold on. We're hitting her.
It's here. Al, let's go.
We're hitting her.
Al.
We're almost there. There's an entrance into the dam at the top. What's the plan, Wade?
The Weaver's crazy, but she's got something Zane left behind. Something to fix this.
I'm a Shaw fanboy, but I know Road, Electro Voice, Sennheiser. Sennheiser is good as well.
Seriously? Might as well be Paul Bunyan or Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, he was real.
Love that reaction they went up with the thing in there.
Let's be careful, okay?
Let's be careful, runs over to a cliff.
Jeez, I hate this.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I think Shaw's pretty good. Like, I've got a SM50...
Okay, Wake. There's a button over there that opens the door.
An SM58? Currently? I don't use it for stream, though. I could probably set it up for stream.
I think something's broken. Hold the button down so we can get in. Wait!
What's going on?
We can get to the dam through here. What's happening out there?
You guys go ahead and find Weaver. She should be in the dam now. I'll have to make it alone through the top.
Okay, Wake. Good luck. Don't get yourself killed.
Ow! Please, be careful.
I'll take good care of Barry, Wake. You just look after yourself.
Yeah, but I want to get something, I think, because it's not, I don't know. Like, I think they're good, but I don't think it's going to be as clear. I think it's going to be as clear or as nice as like getting like actual like podcasting microphone. Like that's good for, it's like they're really good and they're really good for like live sort of stuff. But yeah, I think I'll go something a bit more suited to like their podcasting and streaming stuff.
The dark presence he had unleashed and now looked at him through the eyes of his dead love. But he also knew that despite his best efforts, it might someday return. So even as he wrote himself and his work out of existence, he added a loophole as insurance, an exception to the rule. Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain.
Are we all reloaded? Yeah. But yeah, 100%. A 58's more for like the live music sort of stuff. Like if you set it up right, it should be good, but definitely some better. Alright, cool. Yeah, better podcasting. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to decide which one to get. Well, I'll need to do some research. I might look at it over this weekend. I should actually let's start a notepad. All right, so stream stuff. Let's go stream room stuff. What else do I need? I'll need to talk to you, Beast, about setting up. I want to have all my PlayStations and Nintendos and everything set up there, but I want to have it all plugged into one box. That then, like, one box can come out and plug into my PC. This advice I could tell you is to go see someone place it as a mic locker and test your voice. That's how I got the... Okay. I don't know if it like what would be around, but I can definitely check it out. Yeah, so what I'm planning on doing, I feel like you'd enjoy this beast. I was saying the other day, but I feel like you really appreciate it. So this stuff here, what I want to do is get a second one. So I'll move that up a little bit, get a second one of these up. And then have all of like my PS1, PS2. I won't have my PS3 or PS4 in there because like PS5's got back compatibility and PS3. My PS3 is shit. If I was to do that, I'd get a new one. PS1, PS2, Nintendo 64, my Sega, my Switch, and then I have my PlayStation where it is, but sitting above. So I'd have them all across the top shelf. And then underneath that, or down where they are now, I probably have all my games, so I can clear up a shelf up there. And then in the middle one, I probably have all the different, all my different collectibles behind it, so I wouldn't put any of the back panels, and then I have lights coming through it. Yeah. So and then I'd have like because I got like Dragon Ball stuff down here, which would be cool with some light behind it. I got my Linkin Park stuff, like have all that collectible stuff underneath there with like actual like good lighting behind it, so it's lighting everything up. And then pretty much what I've got on the top here, I'd have up. So I'd have my speaker, my 2 speakers, my PlayStation, and then I'd have my whiskey stuff. You can see it there. There. I'd have that up there as well. So that's all I'd have on top, just the like 2 speakers, which you can't see that one at the moment because it's got a t-shirt on it. But yeah, do you know a way that I could set up having all the systems? Yeah, it's empty at the moment. I got a couple of nice ones in the thing, but I don't know which one I want to put in there next. Yeah, is there like something that I can have all of those consoles plugged into? Like a split up, but like a bigger one, so I could have like 5 or 6 things plugged into, but have it like powered, so it's actually like, or I don't know if it needs to be powered, but probably does. So everything can go into it, and then I can just like select it on front, like being like, all right, 1, 2, 3, even if it's like digital, so I can name everything like PS1, PS2, and all that. But I also want to be able to cast it and share it to like the main TV. There's so much to it. So I reckon that would be pretty awesome, having that all set up, because then I could play some like a lot more classic video games if I wanted to.
I was ridiculously outnumbered. The searchlight could even the odds.
Oh, really? Can you send it to me? I'd love to.
Enough. You will go no further.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Stop now.
Perfect. Yeah, so the thing at the moment, Beast, is that like I've got my Switch, my Sega plugged into a splitter, but for some reason my the PS5 doesn't want to like hook up to it at the same time. So if it's just the PS5 hooked up, it works. Jesus. If it's just the like I can switch between the Switch. I can switch between the Switch and the Sega. Oh, okay. The fuck it. Oh. But yeah, for some reason the PS5 doesn't want to play ball.
You made it. Well done. I'm glad I was wrong. It was a foolish chance to take. Don't worry about the noise. We're safe here. I have looked after the many
Not as much as I'd like. I usually play it handheld.
In the well-lit room. The power is fail-safe, and all the bulbs are numbered and changed regularly based on their make and model.
Right.
There's an old army base at Raid Cove Point, north of here. It was active during the Second World War. They operated here back then. They must have built this.
Yes, they did. It's my place now.
I want it all to go through into one, so it can all go through to my, like, can all get captured, like, pick up on my capture card. Like, I've got a capture card for it all.
I won't need to worry about the room anymore, because 6 and 33 and 118 need changing soon, and I don't want to climb up the ladder to change them because it's very late, and I'm tired. And if you take it, I won't have to do that anymore.
The page was autobiographical, a memory from my childhood. But I didn't write this. It was a page written by Thomas Zane. None of them were supposed to exist anymore.
Alan, 7 years old, would fight sleep to the bitter end. When he did sleep, he soon woke up, screaming, the nightmares fresh in his mind. One evening, his mother, sitting by his bed, offered him an old light switch. She called it the clicker, and flicking the switch would turn on a magical light that would drive the beast away. To imbue the talisman with all possible power, she added that it had been given to her by Alan's father. Alan never knew him, and anything of his took on mythical proportions in his mind. With the clicker firmly in his hand, Alan finally slept like a baby. Now, almost 30 years later, Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
My mind swirled. I'd given the clicker to Alice, yet it was here. Zane had written it into existence, in a story I had written. I can get to her now. I can finish this.
Hey! One more chapter to go.
Previously on Alan Wake,
Previously
I wrote a
on.
horror story that has come true. Thomas Zane did the same in the 70s.
You will go no further.
If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story. No one will survive.
You knew Zane, Thomas Zane. You're the Lady of the Light in the song.
He left something behind to help me. The clicker.
Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
I can get to her now. I can finish this.
2 years earlier.
My head was about
I
to
got a
explode and my
hangover.
I needed my sunglasses and painkillers to dull the pain. In one of my finer moments of self-deception, I swore to quit drinking. The sunglasses made the world look bearable. Now I could keep my eyes open without feeling like a vampire in the sun.
Yeah, I can't, like that's what I would love, like have that all that set up, because then I can bring out all the PS1, PS2 games, and just have it sitting there, and then I can be like, you know what, like have redemptions to play like classic games, or like doing all that, like what I was originally gonna do, which I started setting up, like I literally had it all set up, including the overlay for OBS, was I was gonna play through games on the Master System, play through them for like 3 or 4 hours on stream, then be like edit it down into a YouTube video, like 10 minutes or so, and then give like a how well has it aged sort of thing. But I've got all these ideas to do shit like this. Like there's so many, like I'd love to be drawing, I'd love to be doing like playing classic games and doing those reviews, but I just don't stream enough to be able to do it all.
Being awake started to seem bearable again.
You know what I mean? Like if I
There was
could,
a message waiting for me on
if
the
I had
machine.
more time. Alright, let's see what this one does. If I had more time to like do that stuff, I could stream normally 2 or 3 times a week, and then I could do all the other stuff. Turns out this isn't too bad even if you're not sitting on a couch when you play it. Who knew? Oh, so many fucking emails. Jesus. Everyone's sending him out.
You have one new message.
Ow! Are you still asleep? Wakey, wakey!
Hands off
Your
Sneaky.
show on your TiVo. If Alice wasn't too mad to record it. As she called me earlier and really chewed me out. Yeah, we went a little overboard last night. But parties are a part of this business. Al, look, I'm saying this as your friend. She's not doing your career any favors by trying to run your life like that, okay? I'll talk to you later, Al. Watch the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Harry Gallic Show.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We have a great show tonight. I've been talking with the best-selling author Alan Wake about his new book, The Sudden Stop. Yeah, good read. Go buy it.
So, Alan Wake. Let's go with the yeah, so who's the guy that plays Alan Wake again? Because he's like that guy. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he's in. Oh, he plays Alan Wake too. Jeez, he's in. His name? Matthew Peretta. Yeah, he's in Jeez, he's got like 4 photos.
No, it is a good read. Look, I'm gonna be honest here. Is that wise? No, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I got people who give me the lowdown on books. I'm a busy guy.
Hey Red, how you
This
doing?
one,
Are you
I
streaming?
read from cover to cover. I mean, I'm a big fan. lights.
Hey, you're like midstream. You're mid boss fight.
Now, this might be a spoiler for those who haven't read the book
Oops.
yet. Based on the sales figures, the 2 people out there who haven't read the book yet. This last book is all about the death of the main character, the hard-boiled New York detective, Alex Casey. Now, there's been a lot of outrage about this. Why the hell did you kill Casey? What the hell were you thinking, man?
Good riddance. No, seriously though. 7 years and 6 books is a long time. He was a gloomy guy to spend all your working hours with, and it was a good run. But it's time to explore new things. My next book will be a departure from the old for me.
You selfish bastard, always thinking of yourself. Well, you've certainly given us a lot of entertainment over the years. And now that you mention it, Casey was a gloomy guy. Never had much luck with his love life with the ladies. Was that autobiographical in any way?
Yeah, no kidding. Casey's lady friends tended to die on him. With Casey, it was all about his pain. No, nothing autobiographical about that. I'm a happily married man. My wife is my muse.
Well, congratulations. That's great to hear.
It's not synced up.
How's the publicity
Fucked it
tour
up.
treating you?
Good, great. But I gotta say, I'm glad to be back home in New York.
Well, you've certainly been on the news a lot lately. Lots of parties and, you got into a fight with some paparazzi.
Oh, man. Well, that guy was really in my face. I lost my temper. I know that wasn't cool.
You are famous for that temper.
Well, I did also write several books.
Well, your latest novel is called The Sudden Stop, and it's in bookstores now. Go get it. That means the 2 of you out there who haven't bought it yet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for you tonight. I want to thank all our guests for the evening. Alan Wake, Sam Lake. Once more, do the face for a Sam. There it is. And our musical guests, Poets of the Fall. Thank you, and good night.
At least I'd been funny. I told myself I could live with that.
Hey Pants. It's not actually over. It's not over a random video. That was actually like the guys.
Start with me about drinking now?
You know what?
I should have followed her advice, but suddenly I was angry.
Oof, booty.
Now you can't even talk to me?
Well, this morning I was angry because you said you'd be home at midnight and you showed up at 7 a.m. and passed out in mid-sentence.
Yeah, I know. That's like I alt tabbed out of it.
Tour.
I alt tabbed out of it, and then yeah, when I came back, it's like, oh no.
It's almost over, right? We can get back to normal. Then you can start writing again.
I'm sorry, honey.
Alan, you're not thinking straight. Just take a shower and go back to bed, huh?
Yeah, you're right, honey. I'm sorry. Once this is over, let's go away together. A vacation. Just you and me. Some peace and quiet.
Yeah, have that turn out for you. Anyone gonna play Alan Wake 2?
Somehow, the clicker was the key to the cabin. I had to return to Cauldron Lake to save Alice. I'm going back to the lake to finish this. I'm going to write an ending to the story in the
That's fair.
manuscript on my own terms, to make it all right.
Why can't you just write it here?
The last page is still in the typewriter. I need to read it first. Everything needs to be just right. Zane tried to cut some corners, and it didn't end well.
Okay, ready when you are.
I'm sorry, Sarah, but I need to do this alone. Barry, take her gun. Miss Weaver, close the door when I leave.
Why? Why? You've been helping me. Give me your gun.
Good luck, Al.
I know you've been great, but I'm gonna hold the gun to you and steal your fucking gun.
When I got out, it was warm and sunny. I'd flicked the switch of the clicker. Had it done this? I didn't stop to question it. I had to take advantage of the sunlight to get to the lake. On Zane's page,
Is it about
I'd stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake,
Amaranth?
about to use the clicker. That's where I was headed.
Yeah, check my Discord. I don't want to talk about it.
Alone, in daylight, surrounded by the beauty of the Pacific Northwest landscape. It was hard not to let doubt creep in one last time.
Pants will probably get some.
Chalk everything up to a dream.
Hey, Pants, do that beer?
I had enough imagination
I know you
to
don't.
make up something like this. Having been in the cabin all this time, trapped in a story inside my head, gone mad from grief over Alice's death like Hartman had claimed, there would be no way of knowing. I told myself it didn't really matter.
Have you seen what's going on? Maybe it'll make you become a fan. Yeah, we actually started with shit this time. The veggies for a beer thing? Yeah, that's the one. Like, are you fucking serious? That was my first thought. I was like, something's not healthy there.
Had touched me. There was a link between us, always would be. I could feel its presence again, getting closer.
Maybe I do want to talk about it. Do we really want to know, Pants?
I will kill your wife.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do really. Maybe I've already got a pre-order. Yeah. Would any look? Honest question though. Would anyone fucking try it?
The dark presence was no longer trying to capture the writer so he could create the ending it wanted. The writer knew too much. He was too strong. And he carried a weapon left behind
Sure,
to
beast.
pain, something that could hurt it. Now, the darkness was doing everything in its power to simply stop the writer from ever reaching Cauldron Lake and the dark place it came from.
Oh, 100%. I honestly nearly threw up when I heard it. I was thinking about it. I'm like, Might play State of Decay a bit more tomorrow. Hey, go ask Red in his chat while he's streaming at the moment. I've got it open so I can watch his response. State of Decay 2. Yeah, me and my mate Luke or Mustache have been playing it. We started the other week. We played it for like 3 or 4 hours. We're not very far into it, but it's been good. General information: refundable $100 security deposit is required on all reservations. No personal checks accepted. We take all major credit cards and bank cards. Checkout time is 10 a.m. No loud music. No pets. 1 vehicle per unit. Facilities are for registered guests only. No visitors allowed on the premises after 9 p.m. No exceptions. We hope you enjoy your stay at the Majestic. If you're a senior or a vet, ask about our discounts. So I'm guessing you guys both played and finished numero uno?
Signature in the motel register.
Numero dos?
Agent Nightingale had stayed here in room number 2.
Never played 1. Never got to play either. Yeah, so I had a look at it and it's like, yeah, because it feels like it's nice, like survival horror. It was like survival horror, like it.
This had obviously been the room where Agent Nightingale had
It feels like a Daisy sort of thing. Daisy-esque sort of game, but it was like just multiplayer, which is what I'm playing for. Yeah, exactly. Like the building style. It's got the building. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by this game. Yeah, it's got like the building, the survival stuff, like the eating. Like if people get sick or like get injured, then they have to like you have to then like put them in a fucking thingo. Like put them away for a day or whatever so they can heal up. Like it actually feels really like playing it felt really good. I should probably stop talking while I'm trying to game. Throwing together a heap of mechanics at a basic enough level that they actually mesh together well. Yeah, but and you don't like. I feel like playing it. We pretty much jumped into it. There's a little bit like a slight learning curve at the start. Just wanted to double check the room. But once we got the hang of it, and we played it for hours on end. We got our upgrades. We built our base. Like it was enough to keep it interesting. But it was simple enough that you didn't have to spend like 50 hours to actually get the hang of it. Which, like, mate, in your 30s, you need games like that. But yeah, I think we picked it up for like $6 or $7. No, $11 or $12. I don't know, it was fucking nothing. And I'd won a $20 Steam voucher from Condi's fundraiser stream thing, and I just put that towards that. How to fix the front door. Like, I've always wanted to like get into like a DayZ, or what's the other one? Or is it just DayZ? Like a survival game like that. Like, I feel like if State of Decay was online, I feel like it would be better than like the others. Doubt it. You know what I'm saying? Ah!
What the hell?
Ow. Oh, we're gonna die. There it is. No! Oh no! Alright, need to not run as hard. Run as hard? Nice. Interesting. No, it's not, because that's what the conversation was over at Mechas, and he was like, oh gosh, Red. Just came in and was wondering if the game sound was on, but just one of those quiet scenes. Oh, I just had it paused. How you doing, Placey? Placey would try it.
What the hell?
Hey! Pantsicky's so much for gifting that sub to Placey. Placey, enjoy your 30 days in the mosh pit, courtesy of
CPT underscore Pantsman pulled Placey into the pit.
I gotta
CPT
start
underscore
then with other people who
Pantsman
know
gifted a
nothing
tier 1
about it
sub
as
to
well.
Placey. They have given
Yeah,
44 gift subs in the channel.
Almost at that big old 50, mate. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I know what you mean. You either got to start it together with nothing and spend a bunch of hours learning the game together, or it needs to tick a few boxes. And I feel like DayZ and Tarkov are so close. I'm waiting for Tarkov's arena now, and it won't be like so survivally. It'll be more because like the game's just a little broken at the moment. Because of the whole Conan USA, it was super easy for me to get lost into. Yeah, Conan was a lot of fun. And same with me and the boys have been enjoying Valheim. Just don't have as much time as like what I would like. Like, we make that joke about, like, oh, just stop being so social, whatever, but that's just me life. But then, like, when I do get time and I sit down, I don't feel like doing, like, a heap. Oh, nice. Is that on like pre-release sale? %10 off. Okay. Well, we got to figure out what we're gonna do with that, because I don't know if Red and Jess will be able to play with us. Cool. It's only like 30 or it's like a $40 game or something, isn't it? Like, it's not even that expensive. Wait, for the king. Oh no, how am I stuck? Rip. Oh, new arc. Yeah, I don't think I'll play arc. Yeah, 36. No, that's not too bad. Like, I don't think it's too bad. We played the beta and it felt really good, so I can imagine the actual game itself will feel really nice. Yeah, but we're probably not going to play it at release anyway. But I'd love to have a squad of 4. So if we can't get the 4 of us doing it, I'll probably start it once I finish. We'll probably start it once a week when I finish Alan Wake. Did you play much of Arc 1? I honestly think survival games are, I want to get into them, but then when like, I also like can't be bothered getting into them. And you just get into Arc 2. Arc 2. It's like the name of a U2 album. Arc 2. Which is completely fair enough. So other games need a good group of people and a lot of time. Yeah. That's why I don't play him that much. My last Trials client has a... Oh, really? I'll fall off the edge. We get ready to do work thing. No worries, dude. We'll have a good day. We'll have a good shift. Yeah, fuck. 25 gigs. Have you looked at the patch notes? So we got Program 4, Courthouse, new trial. Pants, what are you doing on Monday? We got new trial, new MK challenges in Fun Park, Orphanage and Police Station. Program Geister Halloween event, our second limited time event now with new exclusive rewards running October 27th to November 17th. New cosmetics and decorations. Play program Geister to unlock themed cosmetics. Weekly programs run through Murkov's new experimental therapy every week starting after November 17th. New sleep room minigame. Challenge other regions in a timeless chess battle. Group Finder changes. Find players for the same trial and other options. New prescriptions and amps. Continue progression. Unlock new prescriptions and amps. New conclusion where will Murkov send the reborns. New legendary outfits available for the reborn. Players reporting tools. Other additions, improvements, balancing. Yeah, so we've got a courthouse. Courthouse going. Yeah, nah, dude. So open it up. You got the first one, the hot fix, but they got underneath it. So that was they got the hot fix, and then they got the actual patch notes underneath that. So it's saying new like courthouse, the fourth one. So now we got the orphanage. What do we got? The orphanage, the police station, and the theme park, and now we've got the courthouse. Yeah, heaps, man. No wonder it's 25 gigs. You can play now. We can play chess as well. Instead of just arm wrestling, we can play chess. Yeah, I saw that too. I'm like, wait, fix the issue and fixed an issue, but then I saw that was hot fix. Man, that's no wonder it's 25 gig. That's huge. But yeah, I'm gonna update it. I'm gonna update it tonight after I finish stream, and we'll play it on Monday. If keen. Because then I can start Alan Wake 2 next Friday. I think that's the plan. We'll do trials on Monday for like Halloween, and then start Alan Wake. Start Alan Wake next Monday. Oh. Take that. I'll see if, how many can we have? We can have 4, can't we? We'll see if, Swoop or Moogs will be keen. Who else is playing? Jess has it. I'll send out a... Oh, we got, We can't pick it up, I guess. I'll send out a message to everyone. That whoever wants to play. That's a good dodge. Shoot him! I'm pretty sure. Who else have we played with? Have we only played the 5 of us? And then we had old mate that we made friends with that one time. We played with Jess, right? And then just played with us on release the first time we got it, yeah. And then there was it you Musi or something? Oh, fucking hilarious. It's definitely a game that I could play more than I do, but it's not at the top of my list to actually play it more than I do, you know? Or Archie. Alright, what do we got in here? Fucking nothing. Like, can we go up here? No. Doesn't exactly have a lot going for it in terms of doing solo grinding. Yeah, exactly. Look, it still is early access, so maybe... But yeah, it's definitely something you need at least 2 people to get it going, like, for it to be really enjoyable. But I think, as we said, like, last time, or one of the times we were playing, like, the good thing is, like, yeah, doesn't scale, but the like naturally, but the way that it scales, like there's the same amount of resources and it feels good. Like more people, a bit easier to do everything, but less resources itself. Right, did you end up checking out Gloom in the corner? And he didn't. Fucking finally. Oh, we've got two.
The Cauldron Lake was a graveyard of things the lake had claimed in one way or another over the decades. The presence brought them up in its wake, scattering the rotten waterlogged hull of an old boat here, the remains of a long-ago crashed airplane there, trees shattered under the impacts. The earth groaned. It didn't even notice. Zane cut its heart out, but it didn't die. The thing that wore Barbara's face kept crooning sweet nothings sugar-laced with poison. He put on the suit, untied the monster from the chair. The thing in his arms thrashed weakly, but he held fast. He stepped outside, off the pier, and into the dark water, a sinking pinprick of light descending toward a bottom that never came.
Alright, so we gotta head up there. Just wanna see if there's some shit to loot around first. We're gonna do something with the... But how is it swinging? Fuck it, that... It's like they've used this bed from here. Like it's like this is a standard fucking what's it called? Like model for games, because it looks like the one that's also in Only Up. That's a game. I'm pretty sure that's not on Steam anymore. Yeah, I thought so. Only Up was they took it off. The chick that made it said like just under too much pressure. Like people were just like, oh, when are you making a second one? When are you doing this? And she's like, I don't want to do this. So she just like took it off. So obviously anyone that's got it can play it, but yes, but there's a lot of clones. Oh, I hit the dodge button. You're a turd. Alright. Curious how much further we've got. Why does this seem like it would have something behind it? Alright, time to drive some more. Do we scooch on over? Windmill. That's all I wanted. Worth? So what we do when we're on a like road trip or something, every time we see a windmill, we like a windmill and just like punch each other. It's not very hard. Just like windmill. So just seeing that windmill, I texted her, be like, "You come here."
When I told Barry my plan back in the well-lit room,
Hilarious.
I'd acted as if I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I was operating on the shifting logic of a dream. I had to fight my way to the lake through the horrors of the night. I had to flick an old battered light switch imbued with childhood magic. I had to write a happy ending to a horror story. I had to save my wife from the dark prison she was being held in.
What are the odds that it's still going to be a bad ending? I don't need all this shit, by the way. Wonder if it has less of that. Like on harder difficulties. Wait. I fired one bullet. Alright. I'm gonna quickly take a break before we have a lot of shit. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna go to the toilet, stretch my legs before we get into the last little bit of this game. So yeah, I'll be back in like 5 or so minutes. I'll leave you with some music. Yep. And see you in a minute. Alright, back. I got myself An apple. A beer. And the motivation to finish this game. Whoa. I need to, my feet are a little cold, but I don't want to put socks on yet. Maybe I should grab them. Nah, we'll be right. I'll be right. We'll just get into this game and get ourselves all, like, hot and sweaty. And we're right. Waiting for stuff to start getting thrown at us. Oh, hello.
I will never give her to you.
Fair enough. Somebody's angry. Alright, so we got... Oh, do we want a hunting rifle? Yeah. We don't have enough hunting rifle ammo, but that's fine. I prefer the hunting rifle over the shotgun. I got a little bit more distance. No worries, man. I'll be here. I'll be here until I'm not. Cool. No ammo. Oh, is that it? Is that it? Okay. Cool. Oh. If you hold the button, it doesn't work. If you hold the button, it doesn't work. You just have to tap it. Silly. Alright, let's have a look. How many more have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The dark place I found myself in was unlike anything I could
Cheers,
ever
cats.
have imagined. It wasn't solid. It flowed. It was conceptual and subjective. For someone else, an artist in another field, it would have been very different. I could sense the story of the manuscript all around me, the words and ideas floating in the air, poised to become real.
Sorry, I'm just letting Surum know I'll be there at 7 to 7:15. Continue on. Yeah, we must. I feel like we must be getting close. Down there? No. Into the void. Okay. I don't think that can come to me anyway.
See Mirror Peak in the distance. That's where Cauldron Lake was.
Jeez, I'm so far away. Release the brake! Fair enough. Oh, my apple's gone already. Smart. Don't want the shotgun. Wow. How many have we got? 7 flashes, 19 flares, and 11 flare for the flare gun. Maybe we should rock the just because we got 32 rounds. 32 rounds of shotgun ammo. I don't think it's worth running the Hunter's rifle. If I had more, I would 100% be doing it. But yeah. Yes, fly through the wood. Yay. Okay, bye. Choice. Fuck me. What the fuck? They were under me. Yes. Eat this. That was all accidental, but it worked, so fuck yeah. I was meant to pull out my revolver, but I pulled out my my flare gun, which is fine. Like, I've got 10 ammo for it. I kind of like their way for, like, if I just ran in here, like, I feel like you could do this survival way really well, because you just run past this and they can't follow you. It's like a subtle way, unless they decide to break the light, which they've done a couple of times. Like, oh, you think you're safe? Flashes. And then you're fucked. Oh, we got an hour and a half to finish this off. Will I get it done? Sometimes, like, seriously, this game is, like, enjoyable because the story is really cool. I know I've said it 1,000 times, I sound like a fucking broken record, but I say it because it's true. The story's on it's awesome. Cool. I remember where he is. There he is. Jesus, literally just dropping the fucking Titanic on me. Alright, let's do this. We just go this way. Cool, I couldn't do fucking anything there. What the hell? Alright, that way. Fuck off. These guys that are just running around like this are fucking stupid. Like, I'm not even gonna attack you. I'm just gonna run around and the whole fucking time. Fuck out of here. Can't. Oop. Great mechanics. Fuck. Amazing. How are you fucking... Oh. It's amazing. This game's amazing. Oh, cool. Oh no, the rock's in my way. Oh my god, fuck off. Oh, amazing. This game's awesome. Okay. I guess we gotta go towards the fleeing train. Okay. 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 Fuck. Fuck, that's a fast fire. How do I get up there? What? Oh, there. I walked straight past it like an absolute idiot. Alright, where's the way out? Wait, is this not the way? Oh, upstairs? That way. First try. Double check everything before we hit a button and everything comes for us. Smart thing to do. Alright, let's do it.
I needed to get the generator.
Oh, I saw it before. If you put the generator on the other side, it makes it more interesting. Amazing. Let's try that again. Oh. Fuck, that's one way to do it. Slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, you know? You know? Oh. So that's what I said before, like, get to a point and it's like, oh yeah, here's we're gonna break the slab.
I stood alone in the shifting dream that was the dark place. I had to find a way to the cabin. I'd written myself a way through this place in the manuscript. I followed the idea of a path. I'd written myself across the ocean that blocked my way, and with that, there was a bridge to the island beyond. The idea of the cabin flickered in the underwater darkness. I willed the cabin to be real, and it was.
Jeez, it's becoming like meta contextual now, isn't it? I willed it, so it was.
Turn back now.
Cool. Whoops. Whoops. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do, but I'll fucking take it.
Do as you're told.
Alright. Oops.
Alice never loved you.
Out. Oops. Hey, give me all the flares.
You will fail. It's all in your head. You're making this up.
We defeated the tornado.
Baby, you were having a bad dream. It was just another nightmare.
No,
Everything's fine. You're home.
it wasn't a dream.
Everything's fine.
Turn the lights on.
Everything's fine.
Turn the lights on!
Shh, baby. The power's out. There's no light. Come back to bed and I'll make you forget all about your fear of the dark.
I got back to bed.
Fear? It's your fear. Why aren't you afraid? You're not Alice. Turn the lights on now. Where's the clicker? What did you do with it?
Alan?
I don't believe you. Yep, fair enough.
Come back to bed. Have you taken your pills? Do you want me to call
Would you go back to bed with her?
I read your manuscript. It's brilliant. Departure is your best work yet. You're a genius. I'm so proud of you. Come back to bed. We'll talk more about it in the morning. Come back to bed, Alan.
Come back to bed, Tom.
Wah!
You must find your way to the cabin. It stands in your way. It won't let you pass. It has no heart. It's filled with darkness. You must fill its heart with light. Don't mind him. He's Mr. Your friends will meet him when you're gone. Use the clicker.
Use the clicker. What? Thermos. Bird. Shopping cart. Light bulb.
I followed the idea of a path.
I'm leaving you.
What?
I'm leaving you, Alan. I met someone. I'm in love with someone else.
Alice? No, what are you saying? You can't.
You don't love me. How could you? You don't even love yourself. All you do is torture yourself with work you can't do anymore.
No, I love you more than anything in the world. You're my muse.
I'm not.
Who are you? What have you done with my Alice?
Alan?
I've written myself across the
Put the light back on! What are you doing, Alan? Stop! Put the light back on!
It wasn't true. Nothing like that had ever happened.
Bird.
You're not my
This is
Barbara.
fucking interesting.
Aw, let me be.
Barbara.
I promise to be good. Please, untie me, you naughty boy. I will help you write your masterpiece. I will love you forever.
No, you're not Barbara Jagger. I made a terrible mistake. I should have never written you back. You came back wrong. Your heart is filled with darkness.
Put that knife away, Thomas. Put it down.
My heart is filled with darkness. Cut it out. Take it back to the depths of cave.
Bird leg cabin.
filled with darkness.
Fuck, this is so trippy. This is sick.
Get away from me, you hag! Where am
You
I?
hag!
Let me go!
Your husband refused to do as he was told. All he had to do was write what I wanted him to write.
Now you will never get her back.
Okay.
I am much older than you. Older than your first work of art. I will find a new face to wear. Someone else to dream me free.
I could feel Alice's presence close by.
It wasn't a shiv, it was an old
light the ending to Departure.
light clicker from a wall.
Darkness. Cause and effect. There's guilt and there's atonement.
It's not even plugged into anything.
Always need to balance. Everything has a price. That's where Zane
So how'd you manage the nightmare? Just an old light switch my mum gave me.
There's a long journey through the night back into the light.
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
It wasn't even like it wasn't into a sharp stabbing implement. It was just literally a light switch that he like fisted her with. It was a blunt object. No, he fisted her. She already had a hole. But was it used? It wasn't used to penetrate. The hole was already there, and it was inserted via the fist into the hole already made by God fucking knows what. It was a dildo. It was a chest dildo. It's a rusty old light switch. Okay. We'll go with that, if that makes you happy. If that makes you happy, Pants. A little smile on your face. Nice, and we are done. Oh, how did we enjoy that? Yeah, it wasn't bad. Control to Major Tom. I thought it was this. I'm like, maybe it's just a ripoff. To Major Tom. Protein pills and put your helmet on. Control to Major Pants. Commencing countdown, engines on. 1, lift off. This is ground control to Major Tom. Made the grave. What a banger. Alright, we can fast forward it. So yeah, that was like, look, it wasn't the greatest game ever. I wouldn't write home about it, but it was good. Like, it was enjoyable. The mechanics fucking terrible. Like, it just was, has not aged well. I don't even know if it was that good back in the day. But yeah, not the greatest in that, but look, story was good. We got through it. So I can say I've done it. I can uninstall it, but I want to watch, before we go on, I want to watch a video of like, if we can find something that's like 15-20 minutes long, of like going through the timeline of all the because we've only been gone for 2.5 hours. I rushed through it because I didn't want to get stuck trying to finish it before I had to leave, which I have to leave in like 45 minutes or so. So I didn't want to go like right up till then trying to finish the game. So yeah, rush through that, but yeah, now we'll just watch a video on like going through all the links between Alan Wake 2, Control, Quantum Break, and all that. There'll be some really good, like, look, I would have alt tabbed out of it and started searching it, but as soon as you tab out of this game, it pauses and you can't do anything. So Alan Wake's journey through the nut will continue. Yeah, 13 years later. Cool. What's the extras? Statistics. Kills with a revolver. Damn. Oh, we're so close. So close to greatness. Manuscript pages found 84, so we missed 22. Coffee thermos. Well, fuck, we missed 20 of them. 850 birds killed. Cam pyramids knocked over. 0 of 12. I saw them and I shot one and it didn't fall over. 6 chests missed. Radio shows found. Nice. TV shows found. Fuck, we missed 4 of them. Signs found. Alarm clocks found. Cardboard standees found. Night Springs video games found. Yeah, we fucking didn't even see any of those. Good job. Nice. Quit. Are you sure you want to quit? I am sure. Alright. YouTube. Alright. What to know before Alan Wake 2. Alright, 10 things to know before playing Alan Wake 2. How long does this go for? 10 minutes? 12 minutes? Alan Wake story so far, maybe? Alright, let's go with that and that.
At Officeworks, you can gear up your gaming setup with fast-performing PCs, ergonomic gaming chairs, immersive sound systems, and all the accessories. Get all your gaming gear at Officeworks.
Alan Wake. Oh,
Right.
God, I am your biggest fan.
The story of Alan Wake, his American Nightmare DLC, and Ventures into Control is one full of twists and turns through dreams and reality. To help us untangle the tale is Remedy creative director Sam Lake, who has kindly recapped the horror writer's past for us as concisely as possible. Or at least that was the aim.
Okay, let's see where we get. 5 minutes is pretty tight.
Ahead of Alan Wake 2, here is the Alan Wake story so far.
My name is Alan Wake. I'm a writer.
Yeah, I've got American Nightmare, but I don't really want to play it.
Successful writer. He has made his career hugely successful writing these hard-boiled crime books set in New York. But he is not satisfied. He's struggling with his life. He's struggling with his marriage with his wife, Alice, who is a photographer. He just feels that this commercial literature, he's seen all of it. He wants to move and do something
turn my camera off so I can chill.
Kind of like from him and more artistic. So he kills off his cash cow, Alex Casey. And then he hits a block and he discovers that he tries to write, he can't. His life is spiraling out of control. He's drinking too much and arguing with his wife. And ultimately, Alice suggests that they should just go away and have a break and kind of have a vacation.
And then we can just see what American Nightmare was about as well.
To fix their marriage. So they go on a vacation to Pacific Northwest. This kind of an idyllic, beautiful, majestic landscape, quirky, idyllic small town setting of Bright Falls.
We need to stop at the local diner to get the cabin key from the landlord, a Mr. Carl Stuckey. He's waiting for us.
And they have rented the cabin. And they arrive. There is some confusion. They don't meet the landlord who is supposed to deliver the keys and directions. Instead, Alan meets this kind of a creepy old lady in a funeral costume, Barbara Chacker, who hands him the keys and directions.
I wish you a good stay in my cabin. I'll come by later to check how you've settled in.
They go to the cabin. They are slightly surprised that it's not what was advertised. It's this, but it's gorgeous. It's this small island on this caldera lake called Cauldron Lake. They settle in. That's when Alice reveals that she's been in talks with a local doctor called Dr. Hartman.
He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists.
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not...
He gets really mad about this. He doesn't want to do anything. He didn't come here to write. He storms out of the cabin, cools off, and then suddenly he hears Alice screaming for help. He rushes in,
like looking at the bottom there, see what that says.
Disappear of the edge of the balcony, feels that she has fallen in, dives after her. Everything goes black. He wakes up in a car crash on a forest road at night, confused, starts to find pages of a novel, the title page, like saying that he's the writer. He can't remember writing any of this, but the title of the book, Departure, is what he has been mulling in his mind.
That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started.
These pages are clearly a horror story, talking about this kind of a supernatural force of darkness waking up and starting to take over the locals. All of this starts to come true. He runs into the landlord that they missed. He's covered in shadows, angry, crazy, attacks him. He manages to defend himself with a flashlight. And so light is an active mechanic against forces of darkness. And then kind of getting to back to civilization from the forest, he runs into the local sheriff, and she is saying that there is no island. There used to be an island on the lake. There is an active volcano under the caldera. There was an earthquake in 1970 and the island sunk in. There is no island.
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head.
So he is confused, he's struggling, trying to piece it together. His agent, Barry Wheeler, comes to help him.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
He keeps finding more pages and this horror becomes like more and more real around them. there seems to be this some sort of force of darkness, the dark presence, trying to get him. He ends up at the clinic, and Dr. Hartman is claiming that Alice drowned, and he is kind of blocking that out and coming up with this fantasy to deal with it, and he should stay at the clinic under his care. But there are other patients there as well. There are these old crazy rockers, Tor and Odin Anderson, who used to have a heavy metal band. They are saying this is happening for real, this is a special place, art can kind of like change reality here.
It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
And they give him directions to act upon. He decides to trust them, the crazy guys, instead of this doctor. Escapes, experiences some visions.
I think like the story is really good, but like I feel like with the mechanics, it made it a lot harder to
car where he's been trapped in the cabin, because we find that there is this kind of an opening in.
It was a lot harder to follow than what it should be.
He calls it the dark place. It's kind of this nightmare dream reality, and he was trapped there for a week. Barbara Jagger, this old lady who is also the dark presence, made him, holding Alice hostage, made him write this story that would have this fiction come true and release the dark presence and empower the dark presence.
I wrote it. It's my fault.
But he started to understand this because this has happened before, and he was finding evidence that in late 60s, there was this other artist, this poet living at Cauldron Lake, Thomas Zane. His fiancée, Barbara Jagger, they were there, and she drowned. Then he started figuring out that this place has power and fiction can change reality, and he wrote her back to life. But because these forces of darkness in the dark place are affecting reality, actually she came back wrong. It was actually the dark presence in her shape. And he realized his mistake. He tried to correct it. He killed her, carved out her heart, and he was an enthusiastic diver. So he tried to kind of rewrite reality to take all of his mistakes out and dove into the lake with her and disappeared.
Stole the skin of my armor a long time ago. She looks so old.
I will show you this. A light switch. See?
There you go. There you go, Pants. That's the light switch I was talking about.
Background. As a child, he was afraid to go to sleep. He was seeing a lot of nightmares. Mother had given kind of a chunk toy and said that this is from your father. It will make the scary things go away. When Alice was afraid of the dark, he gave it to her, and now he finds it
So
as
that
if it had
the
been left
clicker
behind
shiv
by Thomas Zane as a gift for him.
with Slivka.
Coming true, we have
So
this
it's the Russian
like,
clicker
how
shiv,
did
the
Thomas Zane
Slivka.
know about this? Did his writing back in the day affect what Alan Wake is experiencing, change reality around him? Or is it now Alan Wake's writing conjuring up Thomas Zane as a helper for him? We don't know. He gets the clicker. It's a powerful tool against forces of darkness, a light switch.
I can get to her now. I can finish this.
He dives into Cauldron Lake, goes into the dark place, finds the cabin there, faces Barbara Jagger, the dark presence there. She has a hole in her chest because Thomas Zane cut out her heart, shoves the light switch in, flicks the switch.
I think I missed two cutscenes.
Is banished. He writes in that cabin in the dark place an ending to the story because there was no ending. It needs to follow certain laws of drama. At least to him it's important that this fiction comes true, and he writes Alice out from the prison that the dark presence trapped her in the dark place. He has to pay a price, so he is stuck in there, and that's where we leave him.
It's not a lake.
It's making a lot more sense. I think so. I tried to I went to the toilet. I had a pause between episodes. I went to the toilet and then I came back and the cutscene had already gone through.
We had downloadable episodes. They show his crazy struggle in the dark place. It goes pretty kind of wild and nightmarish. And we have this idea that because it's really kind of taxing and it's hard not to go crazy, he kind of goes crazy. And we split him apart. So The crazy part is stuck in the cabin, but we are actually playing an aspect of him trying to get to that cabin to kind of fix things. In the end, he does, and he sits down to write a new story to escape.
My name is Alan Wake, and I'm a writer.
Then Alan Wake's American Nightmare came out. Early on in his career, he was screenwriting for this anthology show called Night Springs, which is kind of an anthology show of horror and sci-fi and speculative fiction. Night Springs. He wrote some episodes, and now, desperate in the dark place, he's kind of like trying many different things because he keeps failing. He tries to write fiction that would allow him to escape, change the dark place around him to open up and release him. But it's very tricky. Boiling the context of how we see American Nightmare is, it's one failed attempt in the context of an episode of Night Springs.
I'm focusing on the main objective. Alan Wake's American Nightmare is in 3.5 hours. If you're a gamer that strives to aspects of the game, you're likely to spend 8.5.
Main game. He's the villain. He's trying to get to Alice.
Show yourself! Whatever you say, buddy.
And we are also kind of building this idea that while he is in the dark place writing, he is seeing some glimpses and visions from our world, from
so a lot more like live action stuff in this.
His writing, trying to make it more real so that the parts that he adds and changes and nudges would come true more readily. So we have Alice with her photography and her video installation art on a festival in Night Springs. Mr. Scratch seemingly has escaped and is threatening her, and Alan tries to stop Mr. Scratch. We are also bringing in elements of, well, the dark place is really messed up because it's kind of a dream logic reality. There is this kind of a looping that he keeps on going through. In the end, he succeeds in defeating Mr. Scratch. It's left open for interpretation. We see Alice's art, which is this video of their earlier holiday when they were happy, and they are reunited in the form of that projection of that film. And it was kind of left like, is this a happy ending? He is still stuck in there. So it's one example of a story he tries to write to escape, but it's a failed attempt. It's an example of failed attempt, and there's been many through the years.
Are these actual events, or merely a dream? A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come?
Now, we come to Control finally, and Control reveal. We have Federal Bureau of Control, which is this secret government agency dealing with weird phenomena in the world, paranatural occurrences, altered world events. And we discovered that they actually came to Bright Falls to investigate after the events of original game. And
okay.
So they
see, this would probably make more sense if I'd played both of them before Control. Control was awesome.
AWE, we have Alan Wake in a bigger role. Once again, the idea being that he is seeing glimpses of the real world, including FBC and FBC investigating. So he's bringing that into the story he's writing, kind of nudging and pulling, trying to have change reality so that FBC, in this case Jesse, that the new director would help him.
Jesse Faden could hear it. A call. It was faint, reaching for her from a dark place.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
Actually, like, keen to see this.
We're going to have so much fun together.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
See if it's see if I can download it.
We also kind of pick up with certain strands that kind of have happened in between.
Wait a split second there.
Oh, to see nightmarish glimpses of Alan as a monster at their home. We obviously understand that, well, that sounds like Mr. Scratch. And she comes in to FBC to talk about this. And meanwhile, we discover that Dr.
I wish I didn't have to, but
having
YouTube.
lost everything, but being obsessed about the lake and the dark place and fiction art used to change reality, goes into the lake and comes out as a taken. So he's turned into a monster. FBC has captured him, brought him to their headquarters to examine him. When Alice comes in to have these interviews about what's happening, somehow Hartman senses that and goes berserk, and then when the hiss comes in, it goes into Hartman, and he already has the force of darkness in him, and this kind of like hybrid merges into something really, really monstrous, which is what Jesse will be facing or faced in AWE DLC. We also find some hints that, well, there is an Alex Casey, an FBI agent called Alex Casey, who is looking for Alan Wake and his disappearance and reaching out to FBC. They're wondering about it. Unfortunately, because there
so
are
Sam Lake plays
Alex
Casey.
and the whole sector is closed down, a lot of these strands on FBC side are left hanging. We don't know what happens to Alice. Clearly, FBC didn't follow up on that, and it's been years ago, like, we don't know. So these elements are still question marks. How this whole thing ends is that we see on monitors an alert of a new altered world events taking place at Cauldron Lake. They have their monitoring station set up there, and now there is an alarm. There is confusion. There shouldn't be any alarm because this place is closed off, but somehow it's coming from the future.
It might be a glitch. The date's all wrong, a couple of years in the future.
Now we are in that future, and like you will see how that alarm comes to be in Alan Wake 2, and we are picking up the story from there. Definitely what has been going on with Alice and many other things.
Agent Estevez is the field agent in charge of monitoring the site, so she should be there to let us know if the situation has been through any major changes recently.
How long was that? I'm sorry.
For more on Alan Wake 2, check out our exclusive preview or an explanation of how Remedy are building their connected universe. And for everyone else, stick with IGN.
Yeah, fucking keen to get into that now. So it's crazy to, like, I wish I'd known about Alan Wake before playing Control, and also the fact that when I played Control, I was playing the AWE DLC, and then my file got corrupted, and I never actually ended up finishing it. I never actually finished playing it because it got corrupted. And I went back about like 6-7 hours, and I'm like, I cannot be fucked playing it anymore. Alright, let's watch this. So this is a connected universe stuff.
As if she'd been made for this. Faden paused to feel it. The force at play here.
Remedy Connected Universe is a story world that we are building with our games.
13 years after the launch of its predecessor, Alan Wake 2 finally continues the story of gaming's favourite haunted novelist. But the sequel is expanding more than just Alan's tale. This game is the third entry in the Remedy Connected Universe, an idea that will see the Finnish studio's works overlap, connect, and influence each other.
Only
For
the
IGN
third?
First, we spoke to Sam Lake, creative director of Alan Wake 2 and Remedy's beloved storyteller, to learn more about the Remedy Connected Universe and how the studio's games have always been linked in weird and interesting ways.
Although I thought like Quantum Break
Remedy
had a little bit of
Entertainment
stuff
has
in
been
there.
in business since 1995 and has created 5 different worlds over the years. But while this new connected universe will unite Remedy's
Quantum
games,
Break,
not everything
I
the
really
studio
enjoyed
has
it.
made
A lot of
will
people
be
didn't, but
included.
It is very clearly Alan Wake and Control because they are Remedy's own IPs. Quantum Break and Max Payne are something that we do not have or control. Looking back before we had the universe
I love the fucking
we do
face
love
in
Easter
Max
eggs
Payne.
and kind of nods and winks and echoes of our previous works but fundamentally, Remedy Connected Universe as it is now, Control, Alan Wake, and certainly we have plans in the future to keep expanding this idea.
As previously mentioned, Alan Wake 2 is the third game in this connected universe, but it's also sort of the second.
And
See,
not
back
rushing
when the
through it
original
as
Alan
well,
Wake
it's
launched,
great.
The idea of the RCU simply did not exist. Fast forward 9 years though, and Remedy released the first true Remedy Connected Universe
that
game,
was
which retrospectively reached back
4
and
years ago
claimed
now?
the events of Alan Wake.
We kind of officially announced and had it going with Control. When you play Control, you come upon some Federal Bureau of Control investigation related to the events of Alan Wake. And that's where we kind of established the idea that these exist in the same world.
So while Control was the first RCU game, it was technically the second. Alan Wake and the weird events at Cauldron Lake became part of the story of Control. Remedy later doubled down on this with AWE, an expansion for Control that fully committed to making the two games part of the same world.
And it's the one I didn't finish. Of course it was.
Terminal here, an AWE alert from Bright Falls, Washington, but it might be a glitch. The date's all wrong, a couple of years in the future.
Control provided a new angle on the events of Alan Wake by filtering it through the perspective of the Federal Bureau of Control, an X-Files-like agency that deals with the paranormal. In Alan Wake 2, that perspective is flipped. We'll see what it's like to encounter this weird government department from the point of view of someone working outside of the Bureau. That doesn't necessarily mean that Alan Wake 2 is about the FBC, but it will feature as much more than just a passing mention.
FBC does play a key role. We have key characters related to that and tying into this, so it's definitely more than an Easter egg.
Remedy has always loved an elaborate Easter egg though. Long before the RCU began, the studio played with the idea of connections between its games. In the first Alan Wake, you can find manuscript pages from one of Alan's famous Alex Casey novels. Casey is a hard-boiled detective, a not-so-subtle nod to Remedy's own Max Payne, the pill-popping hero of its previous games.
There is almost like this metaphor of, if you imagine Alan Wake as Remedy, and he's
was it Sam Lake's face on Max Payne's face?
There was this kind of like meta amusement being had with, well, of course it's crime fiction and there is this kind of a grim hardboiled detective figure.
To fully commit to the meta joke, Remedy had the manuscripts read by James McCaffrey, the voice actor who brought Max Payne to life.
13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me.
The rights to Max Payne are owned by Rockstar Games, and so Remedy was unable to include him in Alan Wake. But this fun nod to the studio's breakout character established connective tissue between the games. Alex Casey isn't Max Payne, but he sort of is. For Alan Wake 2, Remedy could have left the joke behind. Who needs that meta layer when there are the links to Control to have fun with? But in a move that will delight long-term Remedy fans, Alex Casey isn't just back, he's one of the sequel's central characters. But how is that possible when Alex Casey is a fictional character, created by Alan himself?
He can't write, and him being trapped in the dark place and kind of like being trapped in his own mind and kind of like not being able to break out, it felt like a natural idea to bring Casey back. Like this ghost refuses to kind of be put to rest, and it features kind of in this story in various layered way in Washington, but in the dark place as well.
Making Alex Casey a human presence has allowed Remedy to take its humor one leap further. The studio has not just invited James McCaffrey back to voice Casey, but it has also given him the face of creative director Sam Lake. Back in the late 90s, when Remedy was making the original Max Payne, many of its characters were based on photographs of the development team. Lake, who was the project's writer, provided his own face for his protagonist. But Alan Wake 2 is more than just taking the Alex Casey joke to its furthest point. The story claims Casey and makes him more than just a nod back to Max Payne. He's now a vital part of Alan's journey.
The whole starting point is kind of twisted mirrors and echoes and kind of like what is real and what is imagined and these kind of like distortions. It gave us a lot of liberty, of course, because Alex Casey you meet here definitely isn't Max Payne. Like there are a lot of aspects to this character or the versions of this character that you keep meeting.
The first version of Casey players will meet is the FBI partner of Saga Anderson, Alan Wake 2's second protagonist. This Casey exists in the real world and is altogether more believable and less pulpy than the fictional detective that lives between the pages of Alan's novels. But inside the dark place, the nightmare prison Alan Wake is trapped within, is another version of Alex Casey. And this much more exaggerated, hard-boiled version of the character will be more than a little familiar to those who have danced the bullet time ballet.
There's a piece of evidence, a manuscript of a novel. You wouldn't know anything about it?
At Officeworks, you can gear up your gaming setup with fast-performing PCs,
and then adds to that, can't fucking skip either. Just like a bit of like a fuck you.
All the accessories. Get all your gaming gear at Officeworks.
With all of this history,
like
it
when
just
release
felt
date
like
for Max Payne
it would have been a missed opportunity
Yeah,
not
exactly.
to just have fun and play the character. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. It was a big learning process because like way back when I was not really acting in any way in the first Max Payne game.
It looks
like,
so little.
It was just posing for photos and that's it. That was my part. Like just finding the expressions. This time around, like we have evolved a lot, and now it's motion capture and performance capture and live action and actually acting face to face with these brilliant, awesome actors that we have.
Meta jokes like Alex Casey are the
I'd love to play Max
foundations
Payne one
upon
day.
which the Remedy connected universe has been built. But with the forged connections between Alan Wake and Control, the links are now more than just cheeky winks. These days, Remedy is operating in the same realms as Marvel and DC, who have long experimented with connected universes in both comics
still
and
need to
movies.
watch that.
But of course, one of Remedy's key inspirations for the RCU is not a gargantuan film studio. It's a beloved horror writer.
Obviously, there are many different examples.
Okay, I was like, yeah, the guy voicing Alan Wake doesn't look like Alan Wake.
Definitely a big part of inspiration for the original Alan Wake, and he kind of has this kind of a thing going as well, that there are nods and references to other books and other characters.
Using Quantum Break?
I find it very exciting as a creator and writer.
It's a Bright Balls TV show?
It gives very
Did he play?
kind
Yeah,
of tasty
I've played Quantum Break
of
and
referring
Control
to
and now Alan Wake 1.
and adding extra layers of meaning, building this kind of a web.
Of course, at this early stage, Remedy is far away from the vast interconnected multiverse that powers King's Dark Tower books and beyond.
Remedy Connected Universe gives us a foundation for
I'm so excited to play this
universe where the stories take place.
So excited to play
we are
Alan Wake 2, which I'll be starting this time next week.
Our universe. They are exciting ideas.
Gonna play like a week after release.
We will keep building and let's see where it
started
takes
a week
us.
after release, so if people want to play it before I stream it, they can do that.
But based on the stories that Remedy has told thus far, it's clear to see how all that weirdness can interconnect and grow into fascinating, fun new adventures. And with multiple games in development at Remedy, including Control 2, I'm excited to watch the RCU grow and mature. With a bit of luck and all that Remedy talent, it could potentially even become the most ambitious crossover event since That's So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana.
The effect
Oh my god.
the cause. It's
Can't wait to get my Alan Wake 2 tomorrow morning. You get it first thing in the morning.
For more, check out how Remedy is blending horror and detective fiction like...
See, look, I could have played it today, but I really wanted to finish Alan Wake 1 before Alan Wake 2 came out. But also, I've got I can uninstall Alan Wake 1 now. I really wanted to finish Alan Wake 1 before I did Alan Wake 2, but I also want to finish Resident Evil 4 Remake before we do Alan Wake 2. Ghost Runner? No, I haven't played Ghost Runner. It's one of those games like I probably would play, but my list, like the games I've got above it are like a lot more. Yeah, a lot more for me than what Ghost Runner is. Probably end up playing it one day. But yeah, not at the moment. I'm thinking I'm going to uninstall. I got to download. I'm updating Outlast now for Monday. I think I'm gonna uninstall Sea of Thieves. I haven't played that fucking ages. Oh mate, there's way too many good games. So we go from Alan Wake 1 into Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways DLC. Into Outlast Trials have just released an update with the new trial in it. And then we've got Alan Wake 2. And then I've got fucking... What's after that? Alan Wake 2. And then... I think there's... Oh, I can't even remember. Liza P. I really want to play. Oop, that can go now into my finished games pile. Man, I'm so excited. I'm starting playing that on Sunday. I'll play through the whole thing. Separate Ways, Alan Wake 2, and then and For the King comes out in a couple of days. For the King 2 comes out. And Liza P in there as well. Yeah, apparently that's looking pretty good as well. I haven't played a Like a Dragon game or a Yakuza game. Maybe one day when I'm like needing of something different. But for now, my games list is just ridiculous. And then we've got we've got Baldur's Gate to do a run through with over on. Let me do this in there. So save that. You're a big fan of Yakuza? Yeah, look, I never played it like when I like back a little bit, so I just never got around to playing it now. Just one of those things, like the games that I've gone through, like we've had Outer Wilds, Sea of Stars, and Dredge, and these games that are just sitting, Cold of the Land, these games are just sitting better with me than Yakuza. I'm sure I would love it, but yeah, it's just one of those ones that I haven't done, so I haven't got around it. I haven't done yet. Nothing that's getting me over the line to do that. But I gotta pack up. I gotta get ready. I've got a gig tonight. I'm meeting a mate in just over an hour in the city for some beverage and a feed, and then we're gonna go see some music. I'll be back on Sunday. I'm gonna probably try and start a little earlier because I'm pretty sure the DLC to Resident Evil 4 is about 5 hours ish. So I want to start a little earlier so I can try and finish it in one sitting. I just like 1 to 6, 1 to 2, and Judgment. 1 to 6, Shenmue, 1 to 2, Judgment, and Lost Judgment. Mate, and the other thing with Yakuza is there's that many fucking games in this series. It's crazy. It's like, yeah, it's ridiculous. All right, guys, thank you for being here today. I appreciate y'all. We're going to rate up to Red, who's playing Lords of the Fallen. I haven't heard amazing things, but I think Red looks like he's enjoying it. So we'll head over there. Thank you for being here. I appreciate y'all. We got through it. We did Alan Wake as average, and there's as annoying as that game was, story was awesome, and I'm excited for number 2. So have a great weekend. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see you next time. Peace.